I am live. Hello, world. Prabhakar, g'day, was the first one. Simon, anyone else in the house? I have just gone randomly live. It is currently almost 5:30 p.m. here in Australia. So I think that translates to a pretty poor... I don't think anyone in the US is going to turn up. Hey, Beaver's Electric Dam. Hey, Whacked Man, who never sleeps. Whacked Man's always here. Denmark. Yeah, I don't think we'll get many Seppos. Not many Yanks. Hey, Jesse Tinkers. Because it's not a good time zone for the Yankees. Ah, Queensland. Beautiful. One day, corrupt the next. They're all corrupt. That's kind of the joke. Canada. Oh, Canada, really? Same time zone as the US, really? Depends on which side you're on, I guess. Hey, Xylon from Scotland. Hey, Tenny, South Australia. 8:23 in the UK. Is that AM or PM? That'd be AM, right? Japan. 2:23 AM here in north central Minnesota. Wow, yeah. I guess, yeah, well, looks like there's a couple of Seppos. 10 AM in Finland. And Tiddy. Tiddy is in Sydney. Very good. Rubo, Los Angeles. 9:23 AM in Denmark. Camel. Not as in camel, not as in the hump camel, but Camille. Electronics from India. Georgia. Well, there you go. 1 p.m. in India. There's my first cough. First cough. I have to pretend I'm sick because I'm chucking a sickie. If you can't hear it in my voice, this is my superb NIDA trained voice acting skills. Okay. So yep. Got to sound like I'm sick. For those who don't know, potato vision. Potato vision. No, it's just that the camera's got face tracking on. It should be fine now. But don't want to see too close. Camera's got face tracking on, so I don't know. Maybe it just goes in and out. Looks like 420p upscale to 1080. Oh, okay. So it's not just a focus issue. It's a. Can someone else confirm that? Are you seeing me in 1080p? Because I got a full screen here that I'm actually monitoring the feed on, and it looks the resolution just took a real drop. 480p. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's definitely not my end. It's definitely not my end. It is not my camera setup. It's not my stream. You see low bitrate 1080p. Yeah, it's like 480. Okay. Not nice and crisp. Interesting. 720p. Low bitrate. Even YouTube. Yeah, YouTube will say 1080p, but I think StreamYard's coming to gutser. Yes, I have decent internet. I have fiber to the premises. There's a fiber optic cable coming in the roof right there. Straight into my modem. So, yeah, I've got 400/100, I think it is. Or is it 200/100? Or is it 100/100? I don't know. I can't remember. I don't think it's 400. I have to pay double to get that. It's at least 100/100. So, yep. So I've got all the upload bandwidth in the world. 100 megabits per second upload bandwidth. It's going between high and low quality. Is this just a YouTube thing? Can anyone else on the Twitters? Oh, I tell you what, I'm going to go to the Twitters. What? Oh, what? Oh, because I'm not logged in. Oh, that sucks ass. I hate this not logged into Twitter thing. Don't think I have my password manager up to date on this machine. I'm not going to be able to log in. Damn. Anyway, can someone go over to the Twitters and to see if the quality's any better on the Twitters or Facebook? There are currently 4 people watching on Facebook. Ken, Marion, Supriano, and Mike. Can you confirm whether or not the video looks good on Facebook? Definitely not a potato. It's a YouTube thing. Excellent. Okay, well, at least there's no lag. No, it looks like the Facebook people don't like to talk. Just lurkers. They're the NSA just lurking. They lurk using their NSA backdoor into Facebook. Works fine here in Denmark. There you go. Ken confirmed. Works fine. Looks fine. Sorry. Ken, not sure if you're NSA or not, but okay, thank you for the confirmation. Doesn't look great on Facebook either. Okay, right. All right, then it's StreamYard. It's StreamYard. Sorry. StreamYard is shit. I am trying to stream to 3 places at once. Maybe it's like peak hour streaming time or something. Is like Joe Rogan streaming or something? I don't know. Who else is huge? He doesn't stream. He does recorded and edited podcasts though, doesn't he? Oh well, so much for that. Yeah, alright. It's definitely StreamYard then. Yeah, well, pay the price. ...2009 video quality. Hey, Common Man. Another one from India. Getting a lot of Indian time zones. Yeah, I'm just going live because I'm chucking a sickie. I've decided not to work for the rest of the day. Not that I've done much work today anyway. Work. I'm a YouTuber. Work. Yeah. No, I did some tax stuff. Went to the doctor. So I'm on some drugs. Hopefully that'll fix me up. No, I've been out of action for I haven't been to the gym in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Is that almost a record? Not quite, but pretty close. Video is good enough for Australia. Even Twitter's low quality. Okay, fair enough. I don't know what I've got. There's some lab test results coming back in a couple of days. So Huxley had it. Huxley had similar sort of thing. Cough for a few weeks. No other symptoms. And yeah, I've got one other symptom, but it's not flu-like. It ain't flu-like symptoms. Just had an annoying cough for 2 weeks. One of those dry coughs. No phlegm, no nothing. Doctor said everything's fine, you know. Stuck things into every orifice. And yeah, says, I don't know, I am otherwise fine, but I'm on some drugs. I'm pretty sure, I don't think it's the coof, whack man. I don't think it's the coof. For those who don't know, the coof is, well, you can say it now, right? Is the big C, the big COVID, which would have got you banned on YouTube back in 2020, 2021. So all YouTubers very quickly learned you don't utter the word COVID. So they started using, it was kind of like it just spread. Everyone started using the word coof. So all these YouTubers started using coof so they wouldn't get flagged by YouTube. There are some other variations as well. Light asthma can give you a diabolical cough that lasts. My wife thinks that everything's asthma because she's asthmatic and she thinks everything's asthma related. As soon as one of the kids has a problem, puffer. I'm pretty sure I don't have asthma. Says the guy who coughing his guts out. Yeah. It's all that fluoride they're putting in the water. It's all those chemtrails. Dave's voice never sounded better. Yeah, it's gone down an octave. Yeah, coof just spread. It just became the de facto word for COVID during COVID, when you would get banned for saying anything. It wasn't until, 2022, I think, that they started to ease off and they realized, oh, you can actually talk about this now. We've lost control. And you can start mentioning it again. 5G, yeah, it's got to be the 5G death rays. Can just feel them burning me right now. Cup of tea is a cure for everything. No thanks, I hate hot liquid. So I hate coffee, hate tea, hate hot chocolate. As much as a chocolate fanboy I am, nope. I could be in Antarctica, still going to have cold chocolate and and a cold drink. Thank you very much. Human malware. Yeah. Oh boy. So yeah, anyway, I just didn't feel like doing anything today. So I'm like, well, it's been my story in my life for the last week at least. 50 years of asthma, Ian Scott Johnson. Ouch. Ouch. Yeah. I love the scene. Who's watched Cobra Kai? Who's watched Cobra Kai? Hands up in the comments. Hands up in the chat if you've watched Cobra Kai. It's great, by the way, if you haven't watched Cobra Kai, the series. It's the Karate Kid. It's follow on from the Karate Kid. Anyway, Johnny Lawrence, one of my favorite scenes from it is when Johnny Lawrence is now teaching new students. And at his Cobra Kai dojo thing, right? So one of the students comes in and takes a puff of his puffer or something like that, and he just tosses it away and he goes, "But I'm asthmatic," and he goes, "Not anymore, not anymore." That's it. Mind over matter. Yep. Nah, it's not. It's not you, guys. Everyone's complaining about its potato vision. Something wrong with StreamYard. My camera's focusing just fine, I can assure you. I am monitoring the feed that's going out. So it's going out to StreamYard just fine. Everything after that is not my fault. How's the pool working out? The pool is excellent. It's currently being heated. So we're struggling to heat it up because we've got a pool party this weekend. Got a pool party. One of the kids decided they wanted a pool party in mid-May. And okay. So, yeah. Works though, the heating works, but it does actually take a while. So, yeah, yeah. Certainly can't just go, oh, we're going in the pool tomorrow, turn it on now, and overnight it heats up. It doesn't work like that. Can a bit the laws of physics, Captain. Yes, it's heated by a heat pump. Not quite enough kilowatts. It's not, well, it is about that, but it's about sheer volume. It's about sheer water flow volume. I've done videos on this. The heat pump only heats 1/6 of the water. It only heats when the pump turns on and the heat pump, when the heat pump turns on, and then the pool pump to pump the water through the heat pump, because the heat pump doesn't have its own pump, ironically. And, well, it doesn't have pump to pump the water. So, oh boy. So yeah, it only heats up 1/6. You have to dial it in, tongue at the right angle, dial it in to 1/6 of the water flow. So it's only heating up 1/6 of the water at a time. That's where it's most efficient. That's part of the efficiency curve where the heat pump is most efficient. And you just run the numbers on it, and you heat up X amount of heat pump energy into that water, even though you've got a cop of 5 or something, or 10 even. Yeah, you're still only heating 1/6 of the water at a certain rate, and then you calculate exchanges, like full exchanges of the pool, and we can only heat it up 2 degrees C a day, something like that. That's not on full power though. That's on 80%, because it's most efficient in eco mode, which is about 80%. You can put it in turbo mode, but it's not going to magically heat up twice as fast, I don't think. So, yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of water. It's like 50,000 litres of water to heat. 10 degrees C differential, right? To heat up a 10 degrees C differential, 50,000 litres for a 10 degrees C differential requires a lot of energy. So, yeah. It's an inverter-based compressor. It can change based on your modes or whatever. But we've currently got it in its most efficient mode, which is 80% eco mode or something. Or perfect mode, they call it. It's called perfect mode. Because they have determined that is the most energy efficient mode. So you can put it on turbo mode, which is 100%, and it'll heat it quicker, but at the expense of efficiency. So, yeah. As I said, about 2 degrees C per day. So if you're 10 degrees C behind, you have to leave it running for about 5 days to heat it up 10 degrees C. Mind you, that's very comfortable. Like to go up to 28 or 30 degrees or whatever, or to go up to 28 degrees, that's like, that's really balmy warm. Like, even in the middle of winter, like, it's not quite winter yet, but, yeah, like if you heat it up to 25, 26, that'd still feel pretty toasty, I think. So, yeah. What are the temps there this time of year? Well, it's, I don't know, 18, 20 degrees during the day. It's a reasonably nice day, but in winter, unfortunately, it doesn't get any sun, because we don't need to use the heat pump at all for the pool in summer, because the pool cover is, basically, if you don't have a pool cover, you're not in business, right? And the pool cover, and it traps the heat, so we get the radiant energy just from the sun on the pool. So in summertime, the sun comes right over the top, and it heats up the pool, and we don't have to use the heater at all. It just stays 28 degrees all summer long, without using any energy at all. Because the pool cover, once it's actually heated up, we're lucky to lose 0.5 degree C per day. It's really good. It's really efficient. So the in-ground concrete pool with its thick walls and everything, and the pool cover on top, which is perfectly fitted, there's barely any gap around it at all. Yeah, it's we only lose like 0.5 degree C per day. So once it's warmed up, we can use it for many days. It's pretty good. Yeah, 28C. 28, oh, 28C is the temperature that Mrs. EUV blog, she who must be obeyed, has determined is an acceptable temperature. Wuss. She has determined that. No, I haven't heard back from the pool robot. Haven't heard back from them. They were all super keen. I sent them my old robot back so they could analyze it and extract the data from it. Haven't heard back from them. They were all confident that they could fix it. Haven't heard back. So maybe I have to. Hey, Kerry. Oh. There's heated public pools. Well, if you go into one of the indoor ones, yeah, they've got massive heaters. They've got massive heating systems. Rare occasion catching Dave live. Yes, I don't usually do this time zone, but I'm bored. Chucking a sickie. I'm probably going to have to go about 6:15 because I've got like a dozen packages to send tomorrow. It's really annoying because if I use like I've now got Sendle. Now I'm using Sendle as a cheaper option to ship rather than DHL Express, but you can choose either. So it's certainly much slower, but it's cheaper. Certainly to many different. Well, it's actually cheaper all around. So I offer that. But the problem is that I can't come like normally I do packing and shipping in the morning. Like the first thing I do when I come in is do some packing and shipping. There's always some orders. I'm packing and shipping almost every day, right? And sometimes if it's over a weekend, I might have like a dozen orders, 15 orders, something like that was last weekend. Yeah, I just got a crap ton of orders that I had to ship. But the problem with Sendle is that you can't book a pickup. It's an automatic thing. So once I print the labels and everything, then it automatically generates. I don't even have control over it. It automatically generates a pickup request to Sendle for the next day. So even if I wanted to ship them today, and it's super early in the morning, I know it could be just after midnight, and I wouldn't be able to ship them that same day because Sendle automatically book it the next day, the following calendar day, which is really annoying. So I've now had to sort of change my schedule a bit to make sure I do. Like I can't just come in on a Friday morning, for example, and then go, oh, I got a bunch of Sendle parcels to ship because they won't be ready. They'll only pick up Monday then. Whereas DHL, as long as I ship before 11:30, it does vary depending on the day, something like that. But as long as I put in the request to pick up before then, they will come the same day. They'll come the same day and pick up. Don't ship the sickness. I will personally lick every package. Oh, can you remember the Coof madness? Oh, who remembers the Coof madness when reefer madness? When people were like isopropylene? Is that a word? Isopropylene. It's a word now. They were isopropylene every package that came in, like totally, and they'd leave it there for 2 days actually before they touched it, and super paranoid. Oh man, yeah, I agree. I agree. It's inconvenient. It's really annoying. No, I don't need to drain the pool in the winter months. Nope, there's no reason to drain a pool. Pools apparently can get really bad. Like you can have algae growing in and all sorts of weird and wonderful shit actually growing in there, and you can just shock them. So apparently it's common for people to just, if they know they're not going to use the pool over the winter period, just completely don't maintain it at all, right? Don't run the pumps, the filters, the chlorination system. Don't do anything. Just let it rot, right, over winter. And then when summer comes around, or whatever, spring or whatever, and you want to use your pool again, you shock it. You shock it with a crap ton of chemicals, and then you run the filters, and then you try it. But no, that's just dumb. So no, I have turned it back to, I think it's only running 2 hours a day now, the pump, and the chlorine system. So it's maintaining the chlorine and stuff. So it maintains that because we've got a salt water chlorinator, which converts the salt water into chlorine. So, oh, by the way, what I ordered today, oh, you can't see it, but I've got a, nah, it doesn't even go up enough. There's my fume extractor. I ordered a new fume extractor today. I couldn't resist. I posted this on Twitter and on the forum because Farnell are having a fire sale, and they had a Weller zero fume or whatever, or zero smoke stop filter, which is one of the top quality filters, and they're normally like $1,000 plus or something. I actually only paid a few $100 for it, cheap, and they still got like 11 in stock, but only in the Australian warehouse. Only in the Australian warehouse. Oh boy, oh. I should get a drink. Hang on. Oh. And also, new arrival, I finally got an ultrasonic cleaner. It's only a tiny one, and if I find it works well, I might get like a bigger one for bigger boards. But I got this Apui, I don't know, something like that. But it has the degas mode. It's got the heat mode, degas mode, and everything. It's only a 2-litre jobby, so it's only small. But then again, most boards these days are pretty small, or you're doing, you know, smaller objects. So yeah, I finally got an ultrasonic cleaner, and I got some Chem Tools Cleanium printed circuit board and parts cleaning solution. So that's from Sydney here. So I've got 5 litres of that. So what is True Grit? What is True Grit? It's an obstacle race, military-inspired obstacle challenge. There you go. Now there's nothing on the back. Well, nothing of note. It's an obstacle race. You can see my obstacle race videos. I've done walkthrough videos of me holding the camera while I'm carrying sandbags. Holding the camera out here. And I'm doing the True Grit thing. Obstacle racing. One of the things I do. Hope you get well. Sickies aren't cool. Hate them. I'm just browsing the store and I see that the tax is already. No, the tax isn't included. Somebody really went to town with me the other day via email about this. Unfortunately, I don't have full control over that, but it might say, if you're in another country, it might say taxes included at the first stage of the checkout, but it's not included. I'm only registered to collect tax in Australia, so I'm only registered to collect GST. So I do not collect tax in other countries, and and unfortunately, I can't change the message to say it just says taxes included or something, and I can't change it to like Australian GST only or something like that. I don't know how to change it. So if you know how to change that on Shopify, then let me know. But no, I cannot collect taxes for other countries. I ship to 50 plus countries. I am not going to register for the tax system in all the different countries that I ship to. It's just, I'm sorry, it's just not going to happen. So no, but on the invoice, like you won't be charged extra tax. It's just a display quirk thing. You won't be charged tax. I am not collecting tax if you're an overseas buyer. It will only add the tax. So if you go through, you'll find that tax will be 0. It'll show 0 for tax if you actually go through the entire checkout process. Yes, Spartan races, same thing. Spartan's the thing. Haven't done Spartan in a long time. Got a Spartan t-shirt too. I used to do the Spartan races. That was pretty cool. They had one at the Sydney Olympic Stadium once. That was fun. You actually got to run out onto the stadium. You got to run up the stands, carrying sandbags. It was good. It's good fun. Yes, so Spartan and Tough Mudder. Tough Mudder's kind of like the OG. Although maybe Spartan predates Tough Mudder. I'm not sure, but it's sort of like everyone's heard of Tough Mudder. Tough Mudder's kind of like the OG name that everyone knows, but Spartan, yeah. Actually, Spartan's not here anymore. I don't think Spartan's in Australia anymore. I think they bailed. There used to be, at least half a dozen. I've done at least half a dozen, maybe 7 or 8 different branded obstacle races. And the only one left is True Grit's still here. The Tough Mudder. Tough Mudder just came back this year after 2 years off due to the coof. And somebody died. Oh no, that was before. No, I've been to Tough Mudder after someone had been killed there. If you want me to tell you what happened there, I can. But it's tragic. Anyway, so yeah, Tough Mudder was back this year, and I was booked to go, but I got an injury. I couldn't do it. My physio said, "Do not do it. Do not do it, Dave." So I heeded the advice of my physio, and I did not do it. I reckon I could have limped through the whole damn thing, the whole 20 kilometers. No worries. No, but I had some serious issues at the time. Serious injuries that would not have been good if I did the Tough Mudder. And Spartan, the Mud Run, there's Foam Fest. I just did one up the coast last month, which is, oh God, I can't even remember the name of it now. It's on my second channel video. There's a video of it, of me there, but no video of me going through, unfortunately. Yeah, getting old sucks. It takes the injuries take longer to heal now. So every time I break something at the gym or an obstacle race or just, yep, it does take longer. Hey, KB1UIF. It's the first time you got me live. Yeah, I don't normally do this time zone. Need a good microscope for placing S&D parts manually. What would you buy? It depends. How long's a piece of string? Do you prefer digital or do you prefer optical? Working distance is a big thing, right? Working distance, you've got to have like 150 mil working distance so you can get your iron under there and you can move boards. You've got to have a depth of field. You know, obviously my Tagano here is the duck's guts. So is my Mantis, which you can see there. That's the duck's guts optical one. If you can find one of those secondhand, pick one up. They're brilliant. But both of these are seriously expensive microscopes. And as in the many thousands of dollars. The who's the company? Oh God, they're always emailing me. I've probably done the odd review of their. Who's the microscope manufacturer that they just keep churning them out? They're not bad. Like you can buy cheap ones on AliExpress. Then there's this one, which is excellent. Eakins. I've done a video on this Eakins microscope. It's a couple $100, something like that, and you have to put a lens on it, so you've got to put a lens on the end. But this has excellent depth of field. I've done a review video on this, and this one is excellent. So highly recommended. But if you just want some for $100 or something, or $200, there's just tons of them out there, fortunately. What's my favourite soldering iron at the moment? You're using a Heiko 888D. Well, I just switch on my Pace. I switch on my Pace ADS 200. If I'm doing something that requires a different tip, maybe, or a second iron, I'll use my JBC, which is also very nice. Technically, the JBC is better than the Pace. It's better than the Pace ADS 200, but they're the ones that I've both got here. And I generally just switch on the Pace if I need to just do some simple soldering. So, and Star, that's it. And Star is the brand. Yeah, and Star, mate. Hey, I think they've stopped now, but they were emailing me every month. We've got a new model coming out. Would you like to review it? No. Like, oh my God, they got so many models. But yeah, those and Stars are decent. They're decent. Go for the higher value one. It's going to be better, like the more expensive one. Oh yeah, there you go. Check out SDG's ones on your channel. Yep. Yeah, the and Stars are reasonable, decent bang per buck. Oh, Fursy, yeah, they're another one. Fursy just keep, yeah, they keep bugging me too. But if you ignore them long enough, they do go away eventually. But they just keep sending stuff into the mailbag because they've got my mailbag address, and they just, even though I don't respond to them via email, they just send shit in. Yeah, someone says the and Star's okay. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with an and Star. They make various models. They've got ones with an integrated LCD. I don't know if it has HDMI output. I've got one. It's not here. I actually have a box of microscopes that companies have sent me, but it's in the bunker. Yeah, the trinocular embedded hobbyist. But the cost of adding that third eye puts you off. Yeah, like the trinocular. I've got the trinocular over there. There you go. That's the trinocular on my Olympus here. But that's only high mag. Like, you would never do any soldering under that. Absolutely not. But it's got the trinocular port. And I've got my old camera on there, HDMI output. So I could switch that on right now and feed it into my switcher and show you the live output from that. But no, this is a proper metallurgical microscope. I think like 400 times mag. So I use that for silicon wafer viewing and stuff like that. But you can get those as a trinocular version. There's many companies that will do you a trinocular one with. I used to have an Olympus SC, and Olympus, was it an Olympus SC? And it was a binocular one. It was pretty good. It was really quite nice, but I sold that one. Didn't really need it anymore after I got the Tagano and the Mantis. Yeah, I just found it was, taking up space. Didn't use it. In that, I've also got a binocular one in my microscope box from, I don't know. It's just got a long arm bar. I've still got the arm bar here. I've got the stand here because I use that stand for various things, but the actual microscope's at the in my bunker box. So, yep. Yeah, it's fancy pantsy. My Olympus, what is it, Olympus? Doesn't say it on it. It's Olympus. I can't. It's an Olympus BH. It's an Olympus BH, and it's a proper metallurgical wafer inspection. I bet you can use it for other stuff, but one of their advertised things is for inspecting wafers and stuff. So yeah, it's really very nice. Although it got flooded in the great EEV blog flood of 2020 or whatever it was. Got absolutely flooded. And I've had to put a custom light on it. I think I've done a video on that, making custom light for it, because it didn't come with a light source. Then I had to work out my own trinocular port because it didn't come with a trinocular port. So I've just got the adapter that goes, the adapter that goes into my Sony. So it's a Sony adapter, like that, and that works reasonably well. It isn't full frame, like the framing's not perfect. So you do get the circle, You know, you get the circular view. You can zoom in, of course, and then crop it and stuff. But yeah, it's you've got who's got a Zeiss 100 times mag, but getting a replacement lens to take down to +5 or so was close to 900 pounds. Yeah, wow, yeah. Like you just that's why you wouldn't use something like that Olympus for soldering. It just doesn't have the working distance, even if you put a ×1 lens on it. You know, and then a times, you know, if you put a ×1 lens on it, like technically the lowest magnification I've got is, one of them's not labeled, I can't remember what it is. It's actually probably lower. But I've got a 2.5 times, and the eyepiece is a ×10. So the eyepiece is a ×10, so that's going to be 25 times, right? I think there is one less than that. So I think, actually, it's written on the bottom. Oh, I can't see it, but yeah, it might be like a ×1.5 or something like that. So even 10, 15 times, that's often too much for soldering. Like a times, on my Mantis here, I've got a standard ×8. ×8 is really good. So, well, I can actually switch in because it has the rotatable lens on it. So I can flip that lens around. So this is a I think it's a ×8. Yes, ×8 and ×4. Yes, ×8 and ×4. ×4 when you want to see large field stuff, and then when you want to go into a component, you flip the lens around and you go the ×8. It's really very nice. But I often find myself just using the Tagano digital these days, but you don't get the stereoscopic feel. You just don't get it. How much does the Mantis cost? If you have to ask the price, Mikey, you can't afford it. Many thousands of dollars. You'd be lucky to pick one up under $1,000 second hand, I think. Maybe. It actually depends. No, I don't care about Fursy scopes. The phosphor display one, did I have a look at that? I don't know, I might have looked at that in the mailbag. They're just so meh. Their little portable scopes are so meh. My AM scope is, that is another brand. If you want a decent brand, AM Scope. AM Scope make slightly higher end optical ones, and they're very good. AM scopes are great bang per buck. So yeah, and ×10 is a bit too much for PCB for general use, but it's okay for SMD work. Yeah, I do also have a ×10 for the Mantis as well, but I rarely use it. In fact, I think I wanted to sell it at one point because I don't really use it. I just use the ×8. But yeah, ×10, you'd probably, for anything to do with soldering, you probably don't want more than ×10. ×10 should be plenty. Although, inspection and stuff like that, I mean, my Mantis here is capable of ×40, which is an effective thing if you use a 27-inch screen. So I've got the output of this, well, camera at the moment, but I can switch to this Tagano microscope. And that will go full screen. And that'll give me an effective mag of ×40. So it's got a times, if I unscrew it, it's got a ×10, no, ×6. Doesn't say. It's a Kenko. It's a Kenko brand close-up lens. Kenko number 4. I think it's ×6 or something like that. So that's the objective lens. But then the Sony camera inside here has a power zoom in it. So it can combine with that lens and give me 40 times magnification. And you're seeing that in my videos, and that's really handy. AM Scope and Eakins are 85% exactly the same. Okay, I didn't know AM Scope did I only know AM Scopes as analog. As analog, optical. Okay, so AM Scope have chosen Eakins as their Right, so they just rebadge Ekin stuff, which is good. The Ekin stuff is really quite amazing. The depth of field, I've done demo videos on that on my second channel or somewhere. You've got to have about 15 centimeters, 150 mil. If you don't have that sort of working distance, it's too cramped. I wouldn't buy anything that requires you to have that much working distance. It's just dumb. Whereas my Tegano here, absolute top of the range. You won't get better. You won't get much better than this. It's got a 300 millimeter working distance, massive, right? But the depth of field, the Ekins is better. This Ekins will blow my Tegano out of the water. Depth of field wise, focus over a larger depth of field, the Ekins will kill it. But the Tegano is just so, overall package is just so darn useful that's why I use it. I just did VK3 and FI. I just mentioned AM scope because I'd forgotten. I have no idea who Lucky Zoom is. There's so many of them. I don't know. So do they even make their own stuff? I don't know. See, somebody just said AM scope is just a rebadged Ekins, right? If you get the digitals, AM scope make their own optical ones, but the digital ones, somebody in comments just said that they're most likely from Ekins, and that does not surprise me. I thought Ekins was the manufacturer. I thought Ekins was the original equipment manufacturer. Am I wrong? I thought Ekins were the ones who actually designed them. I could be wrong. Yeah, use an iPhone X with a magnifier app. Yeah. Well, it's certainly good enough for Big Clive, who does all his videos using his shoe phone. So I think he uses a Motorola or something. But yeah, apparently the lens on it does really good macros. So that's how he gets the photos for his large printouts. He takes a macro photo with his phone. And yeah. I haven't gotten the CRT yet. Haven't gotten it. I don't know if I will. I didn't have the energy to go back with the trolley. I actually shot that video the other day. It's still there. I was down in the dumpster room today and it's still there, but I don't think I need a 17-inch CRT monitor. Do I? I don't think so. It's just more shit that's just going to sit around. But then again, it is pretty close to new. I think it might even be brand new. So maybe I should grab it. Because I don't really have an old school CRT. I've got a Sony T. No, I've got a, was it an LG TV or something? I did a video converting the LG TV into an RGB input TV. So I've got that, and I've got another, I think, Sony CRT, but it's a TV CRT, but it has external inputs and stuff. So I've got that, but I don't actually, maybe I should. Maybe I should. Grab now, think later. Yes, grab and flip. I don't know, how much are you going to get for an AOC? They're actually a pretty good brand, aren't they? Isn't that like a gamer kiddie brand? AOC? Yeah, I agree. Optical is far superior, but most of the time I don't bother. I just use the digital. But yeah, it isn't as good. Like, if I was doing serious work, if I was sitting down for hours doing serious SMD work, I would use the Mantis. But, like, almost everything I do these days is just simple stuff. So I just need to switch, so I just switch it on. This is all set up. This does actually have a camera in it, but it's shit. Oh, man, is it shit. It is bad. Like, this is one of the world's best optical PCB microscopes, or just optical microscopes, right? 3D capability, so you move your head around and you can actually see around components and stuff. It's brilliant. And the camera in it is just garbage. It's F tier. Absolute garbage. Anyway, it's coming up to 6:15. And I may have a coughing fit. So maybe I should go do my packing and shipping and go down to the dumpster room and take the trolley and get the CRT monitor. Oh God. Oh God. Well, that's why I've got 2 storage rooms, right? Right? Yes. KB01UIF. There is a thread on the EV blog forum, Test Equipment's Anonymous thread, the TEA group. You'll fit in very well there. Yes. The Test Equipment's Anonymous forum. Well, it's part of the EV blog forum. But it has the largest thread. I think it's got like 35,000 posts or something. I don't know. It's got tens of thousands of posts in this one giant thread. It's just one big thread. It's just one giant thread. So yeah, there were a few people who left. There were a few old timers on there that left at one point, and they sort of started up a rival one. I don't think it went anywhere, but they did actually. But there were like half a dozen test equipment thread users who went. Yeah, it was something about, I don't know. Anyway, some sort of politics thing, some sort of moderator thing at the time, and anyway. But it's still going gangbusters. The Test Equipment Anonymous thread on the forum. Yeah, there's been nothing in the dumpster. There's been absolutely... Yeah. Mega Monkey. Classic, yeah. You know. Well, I can't really blame him. It was basically my fault. I think it was pretty... It ultimately came down to me. Because I didn't... You know, all this stuff was going on in the background, and I rarely visit that thread, right? I rarely visit. I might check it once every 6 months or something. I rarely go into that thread. And yeah, all this stuff was happening in the background that I was unaware of, and they thought that I knew about it, and I wasn't doing anything to appease them or whatever, something like that. Yeah, but I had no idea. So the first I've heard of it is that, all the major people have left. All the major people have left. And I go, what the fuck? Why? And yeah, so yeah, unfortunately, it was too little too late kind of thing. Any news about the PSU with the transformer wound with aluminium? I don't know about that. Aluminium, I don't know what you're talking about, Rassenbot. Maybe I've got lung cancer from solder smoke. Must be it. Sudden onset cancer. It's one of these turbo cancers. Open source oscilloscopes, hectoscope. Vaguely rings a bell. No, I have not seen it on X. Is there something new there? That thread is 5,450 pages. Not posts, pages. And there's like 50 or 100 posts per page. Yeah. It's huge. It's huge. and it's all one thread. There's no categories. This is one of the things when like half a dozen of them left, I offered to set up like their own site. In fact, I did. I think it's still there. On the forum, you can see the TEA group down the bottom. Right down the bottom of the forum, I actually made their own forum section where they could have, so it's all not just in one big thread, right? I gave them their own section and everything and their own mod capabilities and stuff. And but no, they apparently they weren't happy with that, so they didn't come back. Although, so I think a good lot of them have come back now. So yeah, I'm not sure that the TEA group, you can probably find it somewhere. I'm not sure what software, what platform they used for it, but I don't think it lasted long. So, yep. Yeah, but it's a nightmare to read through. Yeah, but people's... I didn't know this. People are addicted to the test equipment anonymous thread. They're just absolutely addicted to it. And yeah, they just hang out there all day. Some of them said, I don't look at anything else on the forum. I just read that one thread. So yeah, so it formed its own community. And that's where a lot of the trouble started, is that they thought they had their own personal community there. And then I think some others came in and started to discuss test equipment in a way they didn't like or something. I can't remember the exact history. So yeah, there were a couple of dozen people in there who thought of it as their own little home, which is fine. So yeah, which I offered to actually have them, like actually give them a good home. But apparently it was too late. They weren't happy with the forum anymore, so they left. But as I said, I think a good lot of them have come back. But even then, the thread just kept going. The thread just kept going. Just kept going. People love the TEA thread. What? There's crap cables being made of aluminium and not copper. Since when? It isn't like they're secretly exchanging copper for aluminium. I know all the overhead power lines aren't copper. They're alloy. Because of the light weight. They need a lighter weight for the big spans that they have. Even though they're higher resistance, it's a trade-off with the weight. Because copper is much more dense than aluminium. I may not survive. Oh. Really? Cheap Chinesium cables. Okay. I am not aware. No, I have not heard of it. I am totally out of the loop, apparently. Is that because the price of copper's gone through the roof or something? I would assume. No, I haven't even heard a peep about that. So if you buy your cable on AliExpress, it's not copper anymore? It's fairly obvious to tell. Or is it copper-plated aluminium or something weird like that? So at first glance, it appears to be copper, but it's not. Is that how it works? Oh, with cheap wall warts, really? Okay. That's interesting. Wow. As in inside the transformer is what, like actually inside the transformer? They have alloy. Wow. CCA, copper-coated aluminium. Yeah, I was right. Yeah, okay. Yeah, because it'd be so obvious to tell, right? So it's copper-coated aluminium. Okay. Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, Kerry confirms. Wow. Melts hella easy when you try and solder it. Well, there you go. 13 $13 per kilo for scrap copper. Oh, what? But it seems every mains cable from China is now... Really? I had no idea. It's now copper-coated aluminium. Wow. I am so behind the times. Really? They use it in Ethernet cable? Wow. Wow. Huh. Well, there you go. Learn something new every day. Well, it's almost 6:30, so I better go. I've got some packing and shipping to do. Otherwise, they don't go out tomorrow. And then, okay, snap poll. Snap poll. I'm 10 years behind. Snap poll. Should I get the CRT? Should I get the almost brand new looking 17-inch CRT from the dumpster? It's even got the wrap on it. Should I get it or not? Yes or no? Should I go and get it? It's still there. I just checked a couple of hours ago. No, says Rubio. Rubo. For sure, says Mike. Yes, says Uro. Get it? Says Misfit Man. Andrews, yes. Toby says no. Titty Rob says no. Oh, sorry, John. Titty John says no. Paul says no. Simon says yes. What else am I going to play my Nintendo 64 on? Yes. The yeses might have it. I think the yeses have it. All right. Damn it. No, it's just a junk CRT. More junk I don't need. Well, I can always put it back. Do I need a space heater? Yeah. No, yes, no. All right. Might have to get it. Damn it. Oh, anyway. Thank you, everyone, for joining me for a sickie. And because I just was not in the mood to do anything at all. So, yeah. I'll go do some packing and shipping. Get the CRT and then head home. Catch you next time.